So, good morning, students. So, yesterday we discussed about the NFC, that is the near field communication. We are talking about the wireless communication technology. In the wireless communication technology, we have NFC, RFID, Zigbee, Bluetooth, RF transceiver and RF modules. Yesterday we clearly discussed about the NFC. Now we go for the RFD. RFD means radio frequency identification. Is a automatic technology and aids missions or computers to identify the objects, record metadata or control individual target through radio waves. So an RFID device functions as a tag or a label which may be placed on an object. The object can then be tracked for the movements. The object may be a parcel, person, board or an animal. In RFID, the IoT applications uses in business process such as parcel tracking, inventory, control, sales logins and supply chain management. So that advantage is it is the automated identification and data capture that promises wholesale changes across a broad spectrum of business activities and aims to reduce the cost of the already used systems such as barcodes. The RFID consists of tags and radars. Tags we call it as a transmitters or responders. Radars are we call it as a receivers. In tags, the tag is a microchip connected with an antenna which can be attached to an object as the identifier of the object. Radars, the RFID radar communicates with the RFID tag using radio waves. See, the diagram will be very clearly telling that the system computer is connected with the radar or the interrogator and it is connected to the antenna. The antenna passes the signals. The tag or the responder is passing the signal. The antenna will be received. And transferring the waves, radio waves, it will be transferring. RFID and IoT. When the RFID radars emitted by appropriate communication protocols are connected to the terminals of internet, the radar distributed throughout the world can identify, track and monitor the objects attached with tags globally, automatically and real time if needed. This is the so-called IoT. అంటే ఏంటి, కమ్యూనికేటింగ్ చేసుకుంటా ఇంటర్నెట్ ద్వారా మనం ఏదైనా చేయాలి అనుకున్నప్పుడు we use the RFID to track the information of an object. IoT first became popular through the Auto ID Center and related market analysis publications, and RFID is often seen as a pre-requesting for the IoT. See here the IoT architecture having the three layers. One is the perception layer, second one is the network layer, and third one is the service layer. See the diagram. Services, we have a application, database, management and core network. The first part we have a mobile and the car tracking system, and the networks we use the core network, access network, and the perception we have using the data collection. These are the three stages are working on the IoT. So for the perception we take as a optical fiber or the card reader or the camera, transistor, smart sensors, other facilities through the Wi-Fi, RFID, Bluetooth, etc. These are the perceptions, means object readers. They are reading and transferring through the Wi-Fi or RFID or the Bluetooth or etc. So all these things will be collecting the data collection. After that it passes to the access network. There is a network through the towers or the gateways or the satellite networks or WSN gateways. After that we have an access gateway that is called as a core network. Finally we get as a database management and the applications. These are the three IoT system architectures. One is the perception layer, network layer, and service layer. The perception layer is the information origin and the core layer of IoT. All kinds of information of the physical world used in the IoT are preserved and collected in this layer. That is, we call it as a wireless sensor network or tags on the read, writer, etc. A network layer, also called as a transport layer, include the access of the network and the core network, provides the transparent data transmission capabilities. The information from the perception layer can be sent to the upper layer using the existing mobile communication network. In the service layer, also called as application layer, includes the data management sublayer and the application service sublayer. The data management sublayer provides the processing complex data and uncertain information. In the unit 2 notes, I given a small information only for the RFID, but you have to know about what is RFID. The RFID system are composed in three main components. One is the RFID tag, RFID reader, and the application system. The diagram shows the components of RFID system, tags, radars, and application system. From the tag, it is responding by the radar, and the radar will give the command to the tag, and the radar will be responding for the application, and application will give the command. That is, we call as application is the master and the radar is called as a slave. And the radar to tag, radar is the master and the tag is the slave. RFID tags have the following essential components in the common: antennas, integrated circuits, printed circuit board. So RFID tags, also known as the transponders, that is the transmitter or the responder, are attached to the object to count or identify. Tag could be either antenna of RFID tag is to transmit and receive radio waves for the purpose of communication. The antenna is also known as the coupling mission, which can transfer the energy in the form of electronic magnetic radiations. This is the way the tag and the radar communicating each other. The integrated circuit is a packaged collection of discrete components that provides the brain for the tag and transmit the tag's unique identifier IDs. The printed circuit board is the material that holds the tag together. The circuit board may be rigged or flexible and is composed of many different types of materials depending on the type and purchase of the tag. Here the RFID is a object to count the identity, and the RFID tag is also a active or passive. In the tag we are using a integrated circuits to describe the component, and it should be a unique identifier. And we use as a PCB also, that is the printed circuit board, to tag together to identify rigid or the flexible, composed many types of materials. So the RFID having the tags is 0 to 5 levels, that is the class 0 and 1, class 2, class 3, class 4 and class 5. Class 0, class 1, this class provides the basic radio frequency. So the class 0 you call it is as a factory program, and beyond the class 0 including the class 1, the tags are user programmable. In the class 2 we use the additional function is added, which includes the encryption and the read write on the radio frequency memory. Class 3, batteries are found on the board that will power logic in the computer circuit. They have a long range and broadcast communication. The class 4, active tags are the part of the definition of the class tags. It uses the peer-to-peer communication and additional sensing, ARC also included. Class 5, tags containing enough power to activate other tags and could be effectively classified as a radar. The RFID radar is responsible for arch tracing the communication with any tags in its read range, and then presented the tags data to an application that can be use of the data. The radar having the main functions are activate the tags, structure the communication sequence, transfer the data between the application software and the tag. In the RFID radar having the two blocks, one is the control system, another one is the high frequency interface. The HF is called a high frequency interface. Perform the following functions. The one is generating the high frequency transmission power to activate the transponder and supply it with power. Second one is the modulation transmission signal, send data to the transponder. Third one is reception and demodulation of HF signals transmitted by a transponder. See the diagram. HF interface will receive the data from the antennas and power transfer receive the data from the control signal and transmit the data through the antennas for the data center. Application computer with the software application will be sending the control signals to the RFID reader. So from the control unit, see here we have a control unit in the diagram. So the control unit will always communicate with the application software and execute the commands from the application software. The signal code and decoding and execution in anti-collusion algorithm, encryption and decryptions of the data to be transferred between the transporter and the radar, performance of authentication between the transporter and the radar, control of the communication with the transporter. So application system, also called as a data processing system, can be application of the database. Depending on the application software initiates all radars and the tags activities. So for the RFID, we already see the evaluation of the IoT. The RFID and the sensor technology is a very important in the fundamentals groundwork of IoT. See the diagram. Yesterday class also we discussed about this diagram. From the bottom of the 2000 itself. So demand for expanded logistics, that is the RFID tags for facilitation, routing, inventory and the loss prevention. There we use as a supply chain helpers because of the demand for the expected logistics. After that, slowly it increases, cost reduction leading to the diffusion into the second way of applications, that is we call it a vertical market application. There we have to use a surveyor, security, healthcare, transport, food safety and document management. Ability of devices located indoors to receive geolocation signals, that is called local people and everyday objects, will be considering in the year of 2010 and 2020. After that it will be increases to mean authorization, power efficient electronics and available spectrums, that is the physical world web. There we use the tele operations and telepresence, ability to monitor and control the distinct objects. So these are the different way of evaluation of the IoT. We are crossing already 2020 and you already know the telephone operations. the phone itself is connected with the customer and giving a voice messages. That is called as a physical world web organizing. So next one is the Zigbee. So this is the third topic of wireless communication, that is a Zigbee. Zigbee is a new wireless technology, stands to create for control and sensor networks based on the IEEE 802.15.4 standard. This is created by the Zigbee Alliance, with a group having the Philips, Motorola, Intel, HP, all are the members of the alliance. So Zigbee అనేది వైర్లెస్ టెక్నాలజీ డిజైన్ చేసింది ఎవరు? ఇట్ ఇస్ ఎ జిగ్బీ అలియన్స్ గ్రూప్. ఆ గ్రూప్లో ఎవరు ఉన్నారు? ఫిలిప్స్, మోటరోలా, ఇంటెల్, హెచ్పి ఆర్ ఆల్ మెంబర్స్ ఆఫ్ ద అలయన్స్. Designed for low power consumption, allowing the batteries to essentially last forever. Zigbee makes possible completely networked homes where all devices are able to communicate and be controlled by a single unit. It provides network security and application support services operating on the top of the IEEE. So this is the IEEE 802.15.4 and the Zigbee. Here we have a see the left side we have a applications, API, security with having 32-bit, 64-bit, 128-bit encryption. In the network we have a star, mesh, cluster tree and a MAC address physically 868 MHz and 915 MHz and 2.4 GHz. So the MAC and the physical we using as a silicon, and the API, security and network we use as the stack, and the application for the customer we are giving. For the Zigbee Alliance we use the software, network security and application layers and brand management, and the IEEE 802.15.4 is the hardware and physical and media access control layers. So Zigbee and the IEEE 802.15.4 అనేది ఏంటంటే డేటాని ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయడానికి it provides the security and creates the layers also, application layers ని చేసి నెట్వర్క్లో it will be sent by using the star, mesh, cluster trees నుంచి యూజ్ చేసుకుంటాం. There we using transferring the data in by using 868 MHz కానీ 915 MHz కానీ 2.4 GHz కానీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తాం. So the architecture we use as a layered architecture. It is using, it facilitates the features that make Zigbee is very attractive because it is having a low cost, easy implementation, reliable data transfer, short range of operations, very low power consumption, adequate security features. For the layers they use the network and application support layer, physical layer and the media access control layer. That is the MAC address. These are the three layers they are using: network and application support layer, physical layer, media access control layer. So ZigBee devices types are, there are the three different ZigBee devices types that operates on the layers in self-organizing application networks. One is the ZigBee coordinator node, full function device, reduced function device. That is the FFD and RFD. RFID is different, RFD is different. RFID means radio frequency identification. Here the RFID is a reduced function device. So ZigBee coordinator node, it is a root of the network tree and a bridge to other networks. It can store the information in the network. Here only one JCN for a network. ZigBee coordinator node అనేది only ఒకటే ఉంటుంది. It acts as a repository for other security keys. The full function devices, here we use the intermediary for router transmitting data from other devices. Needs less memory than ZigBee coordinating nodes, less manufacturing cost, can operate on all topologies, also act as a coordinators. The third one is reduced function device. The RFD have a capability talking in the network. It cannot relay the data from the other devices. It occupies the less memory, cheaper than the FFD. It talks only the network coordinators. See that this is a mesh network. The green color we call it as a nodes. So we are connecting from the one network to another by using the RFID device or the ZigBee network, ZigBee devices. By having a one switch in the bottom of the corner. On the left side top we have a devices, applications. So the data should be transferred from switch to the network. To red lines we have, and next we make as a some communication breakage. There we are not having the signal, that is the black dots. After that we have to make another route path. చూడండి డయాగ్రామ్ అనేది, this is the mesh. We have a network and we have a transition signal. Regular route is, this is the red line and the red dots we call as a mesh network or the route path. The route path, one place it is having a damage, then automatically it is assigning to the next route path. With the diagram. So next one is the clustered network. So cluster network, the cluster means one area network is connected to the another area network which having a coordinate is that is the blue color symbol, we call it as a coordinator, and the yellow colors we call it as a full function devices, and remaining are the reduced function devices, that is the sensors or controllers or actuators, etc. So in the mean, the blue is the coordinator for all, yellow color, so that is the full function devices. They form a network and transmission the data. The characteristics of the Zigbee: low power consumption with battery life ranging from months to years, high density of nodes per network, low cost, simple implementation, low data rate, small packet devices. The applications: the Zigbee alliances are targeted the applications across the consumer, commercial, industrial and government market worldwide. కన్జ్యూమర్స్ని వాడు టార్గెట్ చేసుకున్నాడు, కమర్షియల్గా బిజినెస్ పరంగా దాన్ని వాడుకోవడానికి, ఇండస్ట్రియల్ అండ్ గవర్నమెంట్ మార్కెట్ని వరల్డ్ వైడ్గా మార్కెట్ చేయడానికి, అండ్ దే యూజింగ్ అ హోమ్ నెట్వర్క్ అండ్ ద ఇండస్ట్రియల్ కంట్రోల్ అండ్ ద మేనేజ్మెంట్. So this is the diagram you can see in the notes. Whatever we discussed in the above, all will be comes into a single network, single diagram, that is called as a Zigbee endpoint or the coordinator, router, Zigbee IP router, nodes forming the star mesh and the IP networks, and Zigbee sensors, end devices and router devices which interconnected with the internet, IPv4, V6 and cellular network. మొత్తం మనం ఏదైతే ఇప్పుడు దాకా చూసాం అన్నీ కూడా ఒకే డయాగ్రామ్లో ప్లేస్ చేశారు. దాన్ని జిగ్బీ ఎండ్ పాయింట్ కోఆర్డినేటర్స్ ఆర్ ద రూటర్ ఆఫ్ ద జిగ్బీ ఐపీ రూటర్ నోడ్స్ అంటాం. ఫ్రమ్ ద టాప్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ వి సీ హియర్ ద సెల్లర్ నెట్వర్క్. సో యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్ గేట్వే నుంచి రూటర్కి వెళ్ళి, రూటర్ నుంచి అగైన్ ద కోఆర్డినేటర్ అండ్ ద ఎండ్ డివైజెస్ ఉంటే దాన్ని మెష్ నెట్వర్క్ అంటాం, అదే స్టార్ నెట్వర్క్. And right side we have a web objects, they have a IPv4 network, the speed is thousands of byte. ఆ కిందకు వచ్చేటప్పటికి 6 లోన్ PAN, ఆ సైడ్కి వచ్చేటప్పటికి అప్లికేషన్స్ SL TLS కానీ, UDP కానీ, ICMP కానీ, TCP కానీ, IPv6 కానీ. And IPv6 which starts from the hundreds to thousands of bytes can transfer. దాని కింద ద డేటా విల్ బి కలెక్టెడ్ బై యూజింగ్ ద ఫిజికల్ డేటా లింక్ లేయర్ ఆర్ ద డేటా అడాప్షన్ లేయర్. సో మనం ఇండివిజువల్గా ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో అన్నీ తీసుకొచ్చేసుకొని డయాగ్రామ్ యూజ్ చేస్తాడు. కావాలంటే డయాగ్రామ్ ఇంకోసారి మన నోట్స్ ఓపెన్ చేసుకొని చూడండి. సెల్యులర్ నెట్వర్క్కి వెబ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్కి మధ్య మన డేటాని కమ్యూనికేట్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం. ద సెల్యులర్ నెట్వర్క్లో ఖచ్చితంగా సెల్యులర్ నెట్వర్క్ వీ యూజ్ యాజ్ అ గేట్వే, యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్, ఇవి రెండు ఖచ్చితంగా ఉంటాయి. అవి ఉంటేనే మనం కమ్యూనికేషన్ అనేది చేసుకుంటున్నాం. మేబీ ఇట్ హ్యావ్ ఏ స్టార్ నెట్వర్క్ కానీ మెష్ నెట్వర్క్ కానీ యూజ్ చేసుకొని 1-to-1 డివైస్ కమ్యూనికేషన్ అనేది చేసుకుంటున్నాం. ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ యాక్సెసింగ్ ద డేటా స్పీడ్ వీ యూజ్ యాజ్ IPv6 IPv4 అనేది నెట్వర్క్ని వాడుకుంటాం. మేబీ ఇట్ హ్యావింగ్ ద TCP ఆర్ UDP ఆర్ ద ICMP అనే ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ని మనం యూజ్ చేసుకుంటాం. So next application is Wi-Fi. మనందరికీ బాగా తెలుసు వైఫై అనేది. Wi-Fi is an interface technology that uses IEEE 802.11 protocol and enables the Wi-Fi wireless local area networks, that is a WLANs, Wi-Fi devices connect enterprises, universities and offices through home AP or the public hotspots. Wi-Fi connects to distributed WLAN networks using the internet. Wi-Fi is an interface technology that uses the IEEE 802.11 protocol. మెయిన్గా ఇది గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి, మనం వైఫై డివైజెస్ అన్నీ వాడుతున్నాం, అవన్నీ కూడా IEEE 802.11 ప్రోటోకాల్, అంటే ఆ రూల్ ప్రకారం అవి డిజైన్ చేసి ఉంటాయి. The automobile, instruments, home networking, sensors, actuators, industrial device nodes, computers, tables, mobiles, printers and many devices having Wi-Fi interface. They network using the Wi-Fi network. Wi-Fi is a very popular. The issues of Wi-Fi interfaces, APs and the routers are a higher power consumption, interference and performance degradation. ఇవన్నీ మనకెందుకు అవసరం లేదు, బికాస్ ద రెగ్యులర్ వర్డ్స్ వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ యాజ్ ఏ వైఫై అనేది మన అందరం తెలుసు. మనం ఇంటి దగ్గర కూర్చొని లేకపోతే రోడ్డు మీద వెళ్తున్నాం అంటే వైఫై ఎక్కడ ఉందని ఎత్తుక్కుంటాం. ద నియర్ బై టవర్ కానీ సిగ్నల్ పాయింట్ కానీ దే హ్యావింగ్ ద డివైస్ కనెక్టెడ్ విత్ ద IEEE 802.11. ఈవెన్ మీ డెస్క్టాప్కి కూడా వైఫై కావాలంటే వీ హ్యావ్ ఏ స్మాల్ పిన్ దట్ ఈస్ ఏ IEEE 802.11 అనే పిన్, USB పిన్ అనేది మనకి మార్కెట్లో దొరుకుతుంది. అది కనెక్ట్ చేయగానే ఆటోమేటిక్గా మీ ఇంట్లో ఉండే హోమ్ నెట్వర్క్ లేదా వైఫై డివైస్ ఏదైతే ఉంటుందో దాన్ని మనకి కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. బికాస్ అందుకనే వైఫై డివైస్ ఈజ్ ఎ మోర్ పాపులర్. ఎవ్రీవేర్ వీఆర్ సీయింగ్ ద వైఫై డివైజెస్ ఇన్ ద ఎంటర్ప్రైజెస్ ఆర్ ద యూనివర్సిటీస్ and the offices and in the home also. In somewhere else we can use the hotspots also, because we are using the mobile phone, we already well known about the hotspots. Your data should be sharing by using the hotspot. There we are using as a wireless local area network, that is a WLAN is there. So Wi-Fi interface connects within themselves or to an AP or wireless router using the Wi-Fi PCMC IA or the PCI card or built-in circuit cards and through the following base station or the AP. So base station or AP. Base station means BS and what AP means access point. We call it as a AP means a access point. A wireless LAN transceiver or the BS can connect one or many wireless devices simultaneously to the internet. We use peer-to-peer nodes without access point. Client devices within the independent base service set, that is IBSS network, can communicate directly with each other. It enables the fast and easy settings of an 802.11 network. The peer-to multi-point nodes with basic service sets using the one in between the access point are distributed BSS connecting to the multiple APs. Connectivity range for BSS depends on the range of the wireless bridge and the antennas used and environmental conditions. Each BSS is a service set identifier, SSID. So the diagram will shows the 3 wireless LAN network for the sensor devices. The physical data link layer having a sensor node, it's connecting with the Bluetooth of 802.11 or mobile or the tablet with 802.11, which is access point of Wi-Fi on the gateway. See, the sensor nodes are roaming. See the roaming between the network 1 to network 2. After the access point, it is transmitted to the mobile Wi-Fi interface or the laptop PCMC Wi-Fi card or the computer with the PCI Wi-Fi card. After that, it will pass to IPv4 network, that is the web objects, applications, SSL, TS, TCP, UDP, ICMP or the Wi-Fi router, and through the mobile or the computer with the PCI Wi-Fi card, laptop or the mobile Wi-Fi. సో ఇవన్నీ కూడా సెన్సార్స్ నుంచి మనకి డేటా ఎలా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అవుతుందనేది ఒక డయాగ్రామ్ రూపంలో చూపించారు. So whatever the figure we are having, the figure, a little bit explanation about the diagram, shows the 3 WLANs network for the sensor device nodes, mobiles, tablets, laptops, computers and internet connectivity of the WLAN network with the IPv4 networks. The figure shows the following sensor nodes connected with the PT, that is also based with the Wi-Fi adoption 802.11 interfaces and the WLAN network 1. Tablet Wi-Fi computers also connected with the WLAN through the NIP, that is the access point. API connects to the broadband router 1 and to the IP4 network 2. So read out with the diagram చూసి మనం ఒకసారి read out చేయండి, so that we can very clearly understanding the Wi-Fi network, or you can write the general also Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a most, because daily we are using, but we did not know what is the background task it is running. మన మొబైల్లో కూడా వైఫై డివైస్ ఉందంటే వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ద IEEE 802.11 అనే డివైస్ అనేది మన దాని లోపల ఉంది. అది యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్ని సెట్ చేసుకొని మీకు ఎప్పుడైనా వైఫై డివైస్ రాకపోతే వీఆర్ మేకింగ్ యాజ్ ఏ రీఫ్రెష్ ద థింగ్స్. సో రీఫ్రెష్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆటోమేటిక్ మీరు వైఫై డివైస్లోకి వెళ్ళి ఫ్రెష్గా కనెక్ట్ చేయగానే వాట్ ఆర్ ద యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఏమేమి దగ్గరలో ఉన్నాయో అన్నీ మనకు కనపడతాయి. దాని నుంచి మనం కనెక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇట్ ఆస్కింగ్ ద పాస్వర్డ్. కొన్ని ఓపెన్ ఉన్నాయి మనకు ఆటోమేటిక్ వచ్చేస్తాయి. లైక్ జియో నెట్వర్క్ ఉందనుకోండి, మీ ఫోన్ ఆల్రెడీ జియో ఉంటే జియో నెట్ అనేది మనకి ఆటోమేటిక్గా కనెక్ట్ అయిపోతుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ఎ జియో ప్రైవేట్ నెట్. ఇట్ హ్యావింగ్ ఏ ఓపెన్ నెట్వర్క్, సో దట్ ఆ వైఫై డివైస్ అనేది మనకి కనెక్ట్ అయ్యి పాస్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. Okay, these are the topics today covered. Thank you. We will see you in the next class.